Are you tired of fear holding you back from being who you want to be in this life? Are you sick of feeling powerless and shrinking into a smaller version of yourself? I used to struggle with all kinds of fear, from performance anxiety to fearing what other people think about me, extreme people pleasing, to social anxiety. And I used to feel powerless. I used to feel like there was no hope and I would always be stuck in this smaller version of myself. But then I realized that there is a way to get over fear. There is a way to start tapping into your limitless potential. And I'm going to share 3 powerful tips today that can help you smash your fears and start living as the highest version of yourself. First, we need to reframe how we view fear. And fear in itself is not bad. It was absolutely vital for our evolutionary survival as humans. We used to need to get these signals to keep us safe, to stay alive. But today we live probably the most comfortable life in human history. But today, fear comes in the form of future scenarios that could exist or imagined possibilities that we create in our heads. It's really important to understand that a lot of the fears that we create today are illusions. They really don't exist. A lot of them come from fearing the unknown, and when something is unknown, our mind goes crazy. It starts racing, and we create all these future possibilities of what could happen. But in our more comfortable society of today, fear actually usually means that there is an opportunity present, unless you're standing in a dark alley and you're truly unsafe. There is an opportunity present because you feel uncomfortable. With today's fears, usually come an opportunity to grow. The fear of the unknown or the fear of failure keep us trapped. When we embrace feeling insecure in the unknown, that's when true security emerges because we start to gain confidence in our ability to adapt and gain resilience in any situation and overcome any obstacle that's thrown at us. The life you've always dreamed of is on the other side of fear. To get the life that we want, we need to face our fears. We need to overcome our fears because what we fear is what we need to do the most. Little stressors are good. Little bouts of anxiety are actually good. Little challenges, little tests of our strength that push us out of our comfort zone are good. It's a term called hormesis, which is where little stressors make us stronger over time. But when we start to get that chronic fear, that chronic anxiety, that's when it starts to wreak havoc. I'm sure you've heard this before, but an acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. A lot of our fears are just made up in our head, like social anxiety, for example. You know, before a social event, you feel anxious because you don't know what's going to happen. But then we ease into the social interaction, and on the other side of it, we're happy that we put ourselves out there. So that fear, while it was meant to keep us safe, it was misplaced. When you realize this, now all of a sudden, you start playing the game of life to win instead of not to lose. You start being authentic. You can start to share your uniqueness and your gifts with the world instead of playing it safe. So the next one is a way that I learned how to use fear to my advantage. And we all know it's important to have a clear vision of our goals, of our direction, but we can also use what we wish to avoid as a powerful motivator. The fear of financial instability or the fear of losing our job or going broke can be a powerful motivator to elevate our performance. The fear of getting sick or getting out of shape can drive us to improve our health, to make healthier choices. The fear of not accomplishing our goals can motivate us to work harder. I like to imagine that I'm at the end of my life and I'm looking back and I'm thinking about what did I regret not doing? The fear of regret is probably the most powerful motivator for me because I felt regret before and it hurts like crazy and I don't want to feel it. So I want to take advantage of every opportunity. I want to reach my full potential so I don't have that regret. What would you regret not accomplishing in this lifetime? So the last tip is seemingly counterintuitive, but when you feel a fear come up, you need to feel the fear fully and not push it down. Feel the fear and consciously start to breathe deep, relax your entire body, and allow the fear to flow instead of trapping it, instead of pushing it down. Because we all know that everything we push down only comes up stronger. Then when you're feeling that fear, try to actually rationalize it. Try to pinpoint exactly what is making you scared. Really try to rationalize it. What I've learned is that underlying most of our fears is the fear of death. Again, it goes back to that protective mechanism that we once needed, but we don't need it anymore. Usually, we're not going to die if we take a risk. You can write down your fear, fully describe the fear, and try to pinpoint exactly what you are scared of. You can talk to someone else and they can help you process it. Or my favorite is voice memos. Opening up my voice memos and just starting to record, just starting to talk it out. Getting the fear out instead of keeping it trapped inside of you will relieve all that pressure. It's like a pipe. If we don't let it flow out, it's going to burst at some point. But if we let it out, we rationalize it, we might realize that there's nothing to fear at all, and those fears will wither away. The key is really realizing that there is a solution to every problem, every struggle, every obstacle that you face. There is always a solution, and I'm happy that I faced my fears. I learned what fear truly is, and I learned how to overcome it. But you have to want to overcome it. And so I hope this video helped. It's time to stop letting fear hold us back. Time to stop playing the game of life small and start playing it to win. Start taking risks. Start being our most authentic self and start tapping our full potential. Peace.